we have to keep in mind that the majority of times when you're dealing with a woman, that woman only appreciates the benefit that dealing with you brings to her life. And if you find yourself in a situation where you think a woman is really into you, I promise you, if you look at your actions, you'll come to the realization that she's just really into the things that you do that make her feel a certain way. And a lot of times when a woman seems like she's really, really into you, she just can't get what you're offering from anywhere else. Now, you may look at that as a positive thing or a negative thing, but most times it's a negative thing for you. It's because you're treating her in a way or pedestalizing her in a way that no other man has ever pedestalized her. You take a woman who's, been in an abusive relationship, or you take a woman who's just been used as, some type of enjoyment tool for most men in her life or all men in her life. And then you come along and you want to wife her up. Yes, she's going to take that, because every woman wants to feel like she's a prized possession to a man. And once a woman gets past a certain age, she understands that just being intimate with a man is no indication that a man really likes you. It's just an indication that a man values what he can get from you intimately. Now, somebody sent me a snapshot on IG. You see it in the thumbnail. When you look at an image like this and read this caption, here's a woman who says, "I have more fun blowing trees than I do being with a man, being with her man, even though this man is out in public, man, with PDAs and all of these things, and telling the world that this is the most amazing woman he's ever met in his life." And in her mind, a lot of times she's with him, she'd rather be blowing trees by herself. This is another indication to you, men, that no matter who you are, no matter how great you think you are, a woman only views her interaction with you from the benefit that it gives her life. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, this isn't an attack on Rihanna. And this also isn't an attack on A$AP Rocky. This is an attack on the mindset that men have, that you can do enough to suddenly make a woman value you for who you are. Let me bust your bubble right now. A woman is never going to value you for who you are, only for what who you are represents and how it benefits her. Even a woman who's completely and totally dedicated to the process of your progress, which is what I tell you guys you should have. That woman is dedicated to the process of your progress because of the benefits of that progress. No woman's going to be dedicated to the process of your progress if there's no payoff on her for the end. And I'm not saying you cash her out, but I'm saying, you look at the ism. A woman goes out, makes the money, she brings it to you, but you ever seen one of those women, man, I'm talking about really, really on the turf with a real cat that's out there, man, looking shabby? No, man, she wearing the finest everything. You can tell that somebody's spending some money on her, man. She's looking her very best. And for a woman in that situation, that's enough for her. But for a woman like a Rihanna, who's already making her own money and been making her own money for a minute and gone through whatever you have to go through to get to that level in the industry, she's not going to value a cat like A$AP Rocky, man, because A$AP Rocky has seen her be with Chris Brown. He's seen her be with Drake. He's seen her be with a few other guys. Speculations about her and Jay. He's seen all of this, but he's the one who comes along and turns her into a housewife. I don't care what level a woman's on. You can't turn a harlot into a housewife. And if a woman has lived a harlot's life where she has been with multiple men without being in any type of serious relationship with any of them, then you have to keep in mind that that woman has lived a harlot's life. And any man who comes after that and decides that he's going to make this woman his woman or his wife or put her in that position in his life, then that man, of course, is going to be a prize to that woman, not because of the man he is, but because of the things he's willing to do. No woman, no matter how bad her past is going to turn down an opportunity to be some man's queen Because a lot of time they get in their head that they're not worthy of being a queen because no other man has ever put her in that position. And having more money don't mean anything except this woman has access to a better lifestyle. And that means that in order to interact with this woman, you're going to have a lifestyle on that level, or at least be in that industry, in those circles. I tell you men all the time, you got to make a woman pay what she weighs, because she's going to make you pay what you weigh. Especially if she gets to a certain point like this, man, that woman's going to require a certain thing from a man. She's going to require that. And if you can't meet that, and the problem is most of you guys don't know how to make a woman focus on what you need her to focus on. Man, let me tell you something. A woman got one time to show me that she ain't focusing on what I'm telling her to focus on, and she gone. I don't care what level I done put on in my life. Dude, I can be married to a woman for 10 years. The moment she decides that she's not going to buy into the process of my progress anymore, it's over. Because that's her only value. A woman's only value is her willingness and ability to buy into the process of your progress. If she doesn't do that, she has no value to you. Anything else she has, you could get it from a woman with much less time and energy invested into that woman in any kind of relationship. So when you look at a young cat like A$AP Rocky, man, to him, Rihanna is a come up. To a guy like Drake, she wasn't. But to a cat like A$AP Rocky, Rihanna's a come. He couldn't have ever imagined having her, man. That's why he walking around, traipsing around all in public with her. Can you imagine being him, man? I know some beta male said, man, Johnny gonna come in here and say, what, it'll be all right? You say the man is a pimp. You say the man's supposed to put that ism in his life that to be away. How you know A$AP Rocky ain't put an ism in his life that to be away? See, you be talking about a whole bunch of things you don't know about that to be away. I know A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky is a PIMP. I'm telling you, man. Now, he did wear a skirt one time, but that's okay. Where he is, that's what pimps was that to be away. See, you ain't been nowhere. You don't know nobody. You don't know that. Unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe, sucker. But before you go, let me tell you this. When you in a woman's life, it's a whole lot different from a woman being in yours. See, this cat, he's in this woman's life. She's the superstar. She's the megastar. So he feels blessed and proud to have that woman in his life in the capacity that he thinks she's in, or at least thought she was in. But for a woman to say she'd rather be blowing trees than to be with this man who's professing his love for her to the world, it means that every time I tell you guys that being with a simp stresses a woman out, and eventually she's going to act bad on him and cut up on him and tip out on him, this is a perfect example of that. See, y'all think a lot of time I just be talking, man, trying to get under guy's skin and say a bunch of things that I made up, bro. But I speak it how it really is. Anytime you're in a position where you pedestalize a woman, man, she's going to get bored with that. Yes, she likes it, but she's going to get bored with it. Why? Because it doesn't represent any masculinity. To be pedestalizing and idolizing and prioritizing a broad, man, it don't represent no masculinity. Yes, on the surface, due to what America has created, yes, a woman wants that. She wants that experience at least once. But instinctively, deep down inside, she's still a woman who wants to be dominated. She's still a woman who wants to submit to a man who won't accept anything less than submission. That's the only way a woman's going to submit. You have to not accept anything less. Does that mean that the woman might not be with you? Yes. But what you lose, the woman won with you already. The bottom line is this, homies. When a woman sees that you're the type of man she can get away with anything with, she'll have fun doing that for a short period of time, and then you begin to bore her because you have to keep her mind occupied. And what better way to keep her mind occupied than on doing things that benefit the process of your progress? If it was me in that position and I was A$AP, man, me and Rihanna be done recorded an album together already. That's what he should be doing. Instead of traipsing around the country, traipsing around the world, talking about, ooh, I'm in love with the broad. He should have in the studio recording. They should have 50 songs right now and be trying to pick the best 10. Do one album and do a follow-up album, and then get the rest of the songs away in the mixtape. That's what he should be doing. She got all that head of steam. See, that's why I tell you, men, you got to be willing and able to accept a woman's benefits in your life, and you got to be able to capitalize on those benefits. Otherwise, the woman is going to do you like this. Get in public and say, yeah, dude, it's cool, but I'd rather be blowing trees. And that's a hell of a thing for a woman to say. She didn't say I'd rather be on vacation. She didn't say I'd rather be with my girl. She didn't even say I'd rather be with an alpha king. She said I would rather be off in the cut by myself blowing trees than sitting here with this dude. It makes me happier to blow trees than it does being with this dude. And that could also represent that this chick needs rehab. Because that's one hell of a thing to say. Never pedestalize a woman above your mission in life, above your purpose in life, above your progress. And make sure that she's always dedicated to benefiting the process of your progress. Otherwise, you end up being something that she enjoys less than getting high. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.